2 years of operating without a legitimate leadership, journalists in Ghana have today elected Albert Dwumfour as their new president. He beat competition from David Agbenu and Gerhard Mensah in the keenly contested race, which is the first since the expiration of the tenure of the Afel Moni-led administration in November 2020. 8 others also put themselves up for General Secretary, Organizing Secretary, and Public Relations Officer. My colleague Manuel Kuranting monitored the process for us and reports.
A military officer, I cannot ask you to give me your weapon. That is the gun. Give me your weapon. So you asked me to give you, hand over my camera to you, and I said no, I wouldn't. That day, I swear to God, they gave me a beating of my life.
That is Stanley Bleu. He's been working as a multimedia journalist with Accra-based TV3 for 7 years now. As a member of the Ghana Journalists Association, Stanley, like the hundreds of other members across the country, has missed the benefits of having a robust leadership for close to 2 years now. The effect? Telling.
I would say that ever since I joined TV3 in 2015, I have been attacked on 3 occasions, and my last one has to do with a military assault at the Tama station. I was assigned to go and cover sanitation. So for the past 2 years that there has not been any effective leadership, a gap was created, and there are issues that the association needed to have addressed within that 2 years, which were not addressed properly or not tackled at all.
Stanley's case is only one of many journalists who have been yearning for a strong voice to speak for them. Ghana dropped 30 places in the latest press freedom rankings, from 30th in 2021 to 60th in 2022, the worst performance in almost 2 decades. But after a protracted tussle, that is about to change, or at least expected to change.
Important. The issue of having a robust institution that will defend journalism and journalists, and also be that, active voice in the national discourse is very important. And so today we hope to charter a new path for journalism in the country.
More than 800 journalists are at the polls selecting new leaders. For a lot of them, this is the breaking of a new dawn for journalists in Ghana.
Those candidates, particularly the presidential candidates, they have very good programs. Everybody has a very positive program that they are all talking about the interests of the journalists, training, capacity building, unionization, all those things I think very good, and I'm sure it will go to endure into the progress of journalism in the country.
I'm so happy that it's happening, because anytime they announce a date, it looks like a mirage to me. But today, I'm seeing the reality, and I think that after this, I don't think the association will be what it used to be. I think we'll be seeing a new and a better Ghana Journalists Association.
The process was, however, not without a few blemishes. Some voters, including Randy Abbey of Metro TV and Ken Ashigbe, could not find their names in the register.
Unfortunately, I didn't find my name in the register, so I did not vote. In as much as I had so much interest in the elections, I did not find my name in the register.
You attempted to vote?
I wanted to vote. I really wanted to vote, but I could not.
Outgoing President Roland Afeomoni admits this is a blot on the integrity of the election.
We do understand that every electoral process is short of perfection. Every electoral process is short of perfection. So in conducting every election, national and internationally, perfection is an impossible goal. So it's natural for this process to be characterized by a few imperfections.
Everybody is supposed to be allowed to exercise their own franchise. They pay their dues, and that's the benchmark that we use in determining which journalists in good standing in the association. If they did and their names are not in the electoral register, we are denying them their democratic rights as members of the
majority of our members who registered had their names captured. And as I said, and the best repeating, that's when it comes to elections, elections are the centerpiece of democracy. But when it comes to democracy elections, perfection is an impossible goal.
We had David Agbenu having 30 Gerhard Mensah had 40. Then Albert Dwumfour had 72 votes.
In the end, whether it is Dave Agbenu, Gerhard Mensah, or Albert Dwumfour who emerges as a new president, there is a lot of glory waiting to be reclaimed for Ghanaian journalists. Manuel Cranting, Joy News, Accra.
Now let's show you the provisional results as declared by the Electoral Commission, and for you to know how it all turned out. Now, for Volta region, Mr. Dave Agbenu had 4 votes, Gerhard Mensah had 15, Albert Dwumfour had 23 votes. In the Northern region, Dave Agbenu polled 3 votes, Gerhard Mensah had 5, and Albert Dwumfour had 1. In the Ashanti region, Dave Agbenu had 8 votes, Gerhard Mensah had 5, and Albert Dwumfour had 13. Central region, Dave Agbenu had 5, Gerhard Mensah polled 5 votes, and Albert Dwumfour had 6 votes. In the Upper West region, Dave Agbenu had 1, Gerhard Mensah had 4, and Albert Dwumfour had 6. Now, in the Western region, Dave Agbenu had 1, Gerhard Mensah had 13, and Albert Dwumfour had 4. That's how it went. At GBC, for example, Dave Agbenu had 10, Gerhard Mensah polled 36 votes, and Albert Dwumfour had 53 votes. At the press center, as you heard there, Dave Agbenu had 30, Gerhard Mensah had 40 votes, and Albert Dwumfour had 72 votes. In total, Dave Agbenu polled 142 votes, Gerhard Mensah had 181 votes, and Albert Dwumfour won with 233 votes. That's how it went. Now let's bring in the outgone president of the GJ, Roland Afel-Moni, who just joins us on phone for a quick chat on this. Now, thank you very much, Mr. Moni, for your time. Let's start with your quick reaction to the entire process.
The people have spoken, and we have no choice than to accept their choice. In every election, the confidence to win is a cornerstone of victory, and it's interesting to know that all the candidates before the final verdict were bristling with confidence. But one has emerged as the Obi president of the GTA. Given the challenges which characterize the election, given the outlandish allegations, the slanderous accusations, given the high voting tensions which we endured, one is inclined to believe or to even fear that these will rear their ugly heads again. So this underlines the need to appeal most profoundly to every member of the GTA to put the head behind them. This is the time to heal our wounds, assuage our pain. This is the time to pull in one direction in order to propel organizations to the place that it should be.
Now, there were concerns about missing names in the voters' register. That cannot go unanswered, can they?
I think the election committee should answer this question, any question related to the voters register. But it was very embarrassing that the people who had paid their dues could not change their names on the voters list. But this is not to say that the people who have suffered this embarrassing situation or disappointment outweigh the people whose names were captured. On the contrary, many of our people, voters, were captured on the voters list. But this does not at all justify some of the challenges which visited the election. Not at all. So we need to ensure that every journalist, every member who pays their dues will have their legitimate right to vote and express their choice. But it's again unfortunate. I believe the election committee will explain the circumstances which led to some of these unfortunate incidents. Never again should we repeat them. And it's interesting, all this reinforce the point that after all, we are not whiter than white, nor purer than pure. Even though we journalists tend to portray when it comes giving their pension to criticize others. But the reality is that we are not perfect. So, but all this is serve as a wake-up call, as a learning curve, so that we roll out a better election in 3 years' time.
We are the same group of people who call out to the EC when they don't get theirs right.
Interesting.
What do you think must be done to ensure that these things do not happen, for us to say, well, we cannot have everything perfect, and so it's okay?
We should not wait to inject the necessary reforms into our administrative machinery, and we shouldn't wait until 11th hour before we start doing right. We didn't have time, no, because of the inordinate delay in holding the election. There was little time to display the register throughout the country. We had 2 weeks to organize all this. And so they're racing against time. The committee was racing against time. And the understanding was that better to hold an election to reduce the tension and to help us to redeem the time than to further delay and then cause tensions to soar.
You've been the president for the past term. You have witnessed how the association has grown or otherwise. What one singular thing do you think the new administration should change to better place GJA going forward?
The electoral process is one area they need to look at, and then the membership drive of the association. And many of those who are scrambling to be our members, the GJA is growing in popularity, in acceptance, nationally and internationally. But sometimes we've been slow, chronically slow in rolling out the membership ID cards and all that. As these are all administrative issues we need to tackle. And I believe the next administration will waste no time to sharpen their focus in areas where we fall short, areas which are littered lapses, so that we'll move forward in all dimensions of our activities and our programs and what's up.
All right, thank you very much. I'm grateful for your time here. That's Mr. Afel Moni. He is the immediate past president of GJA.